In this workshop, I'm going to explain to you how you can create an effective Facebook ad funnel without breaking the bank. I will take you through each of the 4 steps: creating a brand awareness ad, creating a free value ad, a trust ad, and then the all-important sales ad. I really do hope you enjoy this workshop.
So with this webinar, we will be looking at Facebook ads and how you can use these to create sort of top funnel campaigns. And like the title suggests, all the ads that I'm going to sort of show examples of are very low budget ads. Know that you can put more budget into these if you so wish, but I'm coming to it with the angle of to show that you don't need to put in lots and lots of budget into these ads. Because it does depend on the demographics and the target areas that you are targeting, but for the most part they can be done on a budget. With these ads, we're also going to be showing you how to build your marketing lists and also your booking potential. And I'll explain a little bit more about why building your marketing lists is very, very important, especially for Facebook ads. And again, as I just mentioned, I'm going to show you how you can achieve this even on the tightest of budgets. So if you are a new business, a small business, and you have a really, really tight marketing budget, hopefully what I show you here will inform you on how you can run these ads on the smallest of budgets. The webinar is going to assume a few things. It's going to assume that you have a Facebook business page. Without that, you basically can't do Facebook ads. It's going to assume that you have a Facebook Business Manager account. If you don't, you can set this one up for free. It allows you to just manage your ads more effectively through Facebook. And that you will also have a Facebook Pixel installed on your website. Again, if you do not know what this is, Facebook allows you to add a little bit of tracking code to your website so you can see how effective your Facebook ads are becoming, or to allow you to target even more ads to specific users. This is not the sort of webinar to sort of go into detail how to set all these things up, but I'm making assumptions that you do have these set up. The Facebook Pixel is important because it allows you to set up custom audiences, which allows you to then target ads to your existing website traffic. So if you have customers who are coming to, or potential customers who are coming to your website, you can target ads specifically to them. So this is why a Facebook Pixel is important. It's also important because, and this is where the build the email list part of the campaign I'm going to show you is important, is that you can upload your customer information into Facebook. So if you have their first name, last name, email address, you can upload all that into Facebook. Facebook will try and find those customers within Facebook, and then you can set targeted ads to them specifically. Again, it's a great way to build more awareness about your brand to existing customers, but with that you can also create a lookalike audience, which allows you to use your existing customer base to then create a lookalike customer base which will find other users on Facebook who have similar traits to your customers, and again that allows you to be even more targeted and build up your potential customers and your marketing lists. But I'm going to now quickly sort of discuss the actual funnel itself and how this works. So the first ad you would want to run is what I call a brand awareness ad. Without a brand awareness ad, no one will know who you are. Now, a lot of businesses out there will initially run ads to promote their products, their tours, and that is just a natural thing that you would find businesses doing. You want to promote your products so you can make a sale. But depending on how you're targeting those ads, if you are targeting those ads just to general Facebook users, if you're targeting to people who, even if it's just people who are interested, say you run a food tour company and you're targeting people who want to take out, who love food within Glasgow, where I'm based. So say you have a food tour company in Glasgow and you want to target people who love food in that destination. You wouldn't necessarily run an ad, or I wouldn't advise running an ad just to promote your product to that demographic. You first need to show them that you exist and then build up other things around that, which I'll come to in a second. Don't just go in for the hard sale. You need to build up the awareness first to let people know you're there and that you exist. You then want to set up what I call a free value ad. This is something of value to your customers, something that will entice them to interact with your business, and I'll come into a bit more detail of what that can be. You then want to run what I call a trust ad. So this is an ad that builds trust in your brand or product. A trust ad can be something, customer testimonials. It can be a video of your tour guide explaining what happens on an experience or a product. And again, I'll come into a little bit more detail on this shortly. But a build a trust ad is another good way of taking that potential customer along the journey. And eventually, you want to ask for the sale, and that's where a sale ad comes into. But even then, you don't want to come into a hard sale. You want to basically ask for the sale in a easy, sort of friendly way. And again, I'll sort of show you something about that a little later. So let's look at the first one, the brand awareness ad. Now, the purpose of this ad is to drive targeted traffic to your website and raise brand awareness. So I have set up a dummy ad here, hopefully you can see this okay, for a made-up company called Food Drink Tour, who are a tour company who do food and drink tours in Glasgow. So we have set up this ad. It's just a single image ad. You can use carousel ads, video ads, etc. But for the sake of this demo, I've just done a single image ad, which can work very well. So this ad is to purely drive people to the company's website. So you would set up an ad to drive people to your website. Now, not necessarily to your homepage. Now, if you are running an ad to advertise tours, but not in a salesy way, you would maybe go to a specific tour, a specific product. But ultimately, this is an ad to drive brand awareness. So for the most part, it would go to a homepage, for example. So this is purely to drive traffic to your website and build up that audience. Again, because this is a company based in Glasgow, you would want to target your destination. Now, most of you watching this webinar, I would imagine, get most of their tours in destination. So that's people who arrive to your destination and book there and then, which is typical for a day tour company. And it has been from the research and the amount of research that we have done over the years. If you target ads or if you target customers outside of your destination, you can run a brand awareness ad for that as well. But again, in this demo, we are targeting people who are in destination within a 15-mile radius. If you're in a bigger city, it'll make the radius a lot bigger. And we're targeting people who love food, who love drink, who are foodies. Anything that sort of fits within your brand and your model. If you're a bike tour company, you want people who love cycling, who love bikes, who love the outdoors, that type of thing. So target your destination, make it specific to your actual city within a mile radius that you feel is suitable for your business, and set the targets for the different demographics. Now, this is where the budget comes into it. So for this ad, you can set a budget of as little as £5, £5, €5 a day to about 10 sort of pounds per day as well. You can increase this if you want. If you're finding you're getting lots and lots of good traffic to your website, certainly increase this budget. But initially, you can run it for as little as $5 a day. And that's what I would recommend starting off with first, to sort of see what traffic you get and making sure that your targets are the right targets. If you're not getting enough traffic to your website, then maybe you need to tweak what your targeting is. But it's a good indication of it's a good budget to allow you to test if this will work. And if it does work and it works very well, you can just leave it running on a daily basis. And for $5 a day, it's not a lot of money, really. So that's where the brand awareness ad comes into. You then want to set up a free value ad. So the free value ad is something that offers value in exchange for their email address. So the reason why this is important is no one, or very, very few people, will sign up to a newsletter for, and I put this in inverted brackets, news. If you want to build up your marketing lists and build up more and more marketing opportunities, especially getting email addresses from people and from your customers, you need to entice them. You are in effect buying that person's permission to market to them. So an effective way of doing that is to give them something in return. So again, as an example, using this dummy company, Food Drink Tour provide a cookbook from the top chefs within their area that people can make from home. And this is recipes that they actually, their own customers can experience out on tour. And they have taken 12 of the best, voted by their own customers, of the different food types that they've liked and the different tours that they've liked, and taken them and created a cookbook so people can create that at home. And as you may notice there on the little image, they also offer a 15% discount code inside. So again, it's another thing to entice them in. Now, whatever discount you give them, or free, another sort of free part of the tour that you give them, or anything like that, again, make it something that's going to entice them in. Now, it doesn't need to be a cookbook like the example I have shown. It could be top hidden gems within your destination. Again, the top 10 places to eat. It could simply be a map showing events in your destination at any given time. Now, we actually did that for a company in Venice not so long ago with the Venice Carnival. We created an event planner which had a map showing the different locations for events happening in Venice. And that company got a lot of sign-ups because of that, because people were wanting to download that information. Not many other businesses within that destination produced something like this, and they were giving it away for free in exchange for someone's email address. Again, that helps build up your email marketing lists. And if it builds up your email marketing lists, as I mentioned earlier, you can then upload that into Facebook to drive even more targeted ads. Again, for this ad, you want to target visitors who came to your website only. So this allows you to be doubly targeted to your customers, to your potential customers. So people have went to your website, they were initially interested in your product from seeing that ad. So by giving them something to sign up and download, to those customers specifically, you are being doubly targeted. So that'll allow you to make sure that your budget is being spent in the right way, in the most effective way. Again, budget for this could be anything from $10 to $20 a day. You can run it lower at $5 if you wish to try that out again, but I would maybe run this one at $10 to $20 a day because you are being more specific to the people who landed on your website initially from the first ad. But it doesn't stop there from this. Following this, I would suggest doing something like an email automated campaign. No, you can maybe run this for approximately maybe say 12 emails. It could be one a month that you want to run. And this could be something that entices them in. To give an example here, this is the initial email to allow them to download the initial guide. And the thing about running an email campaign, a lot of businesses will automatically go to fancy, highly designed layouts for email newsletters. Whereas for most of our research that we have done, that can work. But for most of the research we have done, having an email that looks like it has came from a person and it seems more personal works so much better. You get a better click-through rate, and you get less people unsubscribing because it seems like it's coming from a real person. Even though you have maybe written these up and set these up within your email softwares like MailChimp, for example, well ahead of time. But once you've done that, you've set up a year's worth of emails, one every month, that can just be left running. And as the email here suggests, at the end, every month they are going to send that customer new recipes, stories from their tour guides, and keeping them informed of any local eateries that they highly recommend, and giving that customer recommendations if they ever come back or if they're within that destination themselves. Again, trying to offer more value and keeping the customer interested and keeping the brand awareness there for that potential customer. The next one I would say is to run a trust ad. So you've sent them the ad to make them land on your website. You've created an ad to offer them value. You would then maybe set up another ad, which I call a trust ad, which helps to continue that value for the customer and again building up more trust in your brand. I would suggest making this a 1 to 2 minute video, and that from the perspective of one of your tour guides. Because if you use your tour guide, it could be the business owner if you happen to be a tour guide as well, but I'm more in favour of using your tour guide because your tour guide can effectively get across the passion of why they love doing what they do. Effectively, it's them who are taking the customers out on the experience anyway, so it should be them who humanises your brand in a way by using your tour guides. But to give you, I've mentioned this before in other webinars and I won't go into huge detail, but from my own personal experience, one video that I saw from a company who used a tour guide to promote their business. That one video allowed me and my wife to stay. We were looking for a trip to Japan. We were looking to go for 2 weeks. Because of that one video, we extended our stay for a month, and we happened to meet that tour guide. Who was on that video? It was that tour guide who took us out on tour. So that initially broke down the barriers because it was like meeting a friend because you've saw them before online. So it humanises your brand, it breaks down the barriers, and it helps to connect more with your brand. So again, I would suggest using your tour guides. This video would be explaining what they would do on that tour, so showing some of the experience, and even include, if you can, some client testimonials. So if people are out on tour, take little snippets from them for the video of what they loved about the tour and why they would recommend it, and have that as your trust ad. With the targets for these, I would set this to the visitors to your website and the people who downloaded your guide. And this is where you can, again, upload people to make it a custom audience who downloaded that guide. Again, if you've got a Facebook pixel installed, this can happen sort of automatically for people who landed on a specific thank you page. So if you have your email sort of newsletter sign up on your website or on a landing page, and once someone signs up, if that directs them to a thank you page and you have that on the Facebook pixel, you can then target people who landed on that page, so you don't even need to upload people onto Facebook to a certain extent. So, but I would always do both just to be on the safe side. But that's who I would target. And again, no more than $10 to $20 per day. And again, if you find it's working well, increase the budget if you so wish. The next ad would be a sale ad. So this is when you finally ask for the sale. So you have raised awareness by allowing people to land on your website. You've given them some free advice or a guide to download and capture their email address from that and build up your email list. You've given them something of value. You're building up trust from the video that you created from the trust ad, and now you're asking them for the sale. Hopefully by this time they know and trust your brand and they know what to expect in the experience, and you've targeted the right people because you've been making sure that the targeted audiences for each ad have been super targeted from what's happening from the ad before. So with this ad, we want to continue the ad by building more trust in your brand. You can create a separate video, and I would suggest this one being no more than 30 seconds. It could be a separate video that you've recorded specifically for this ad, or it can be an edited version of the 1 to 2 minute ad from the previous ad. So something that only gives a brief highlight of what they're going to experience on that tour, and maybe one testimonial from a customer in there as well if you can. So as you can see here on the image, it's a video ad, and it says, and it's quite important with the text here, it says, our expert guide Maggie will take you on a food heaven journey through 5 of Glasgow's top West End eateries as voted by you, our customers. So it's naming the tour guide by name, making it personalised, humanising it. It's got the video there to enforce that, and it's suggesting that you are taking your customers' comments on board because this is what your past customers have recommended. And because this is what your past customers have recommended, it helps build a bit more of that trust in a potential customer's eyes. So again, it's a nice little way to, it's not just an image of a product or a tour saying, no, buy this now, 10% off. It's being a bit more subtle with it. And it's still being in a sort of conversational tone, but it's actually a sale ad. Again, you would want to target visitors to your website, those who downloaded the guide, and possibly past customers. If you want to target customers who are in your area, again, you may have customers who live in your destination who take out your tours, and you may want to target them again to take out a different tour if they've loved it. For example, someone who likes to go out on a food tour may want to do a whiskey tour or a cooking class or whatever it is you have within your own sector and your own business that allows people to maybe do that. Or it could be there to refer them on. So if you have uploaded past customers as a custom audience, you could run an ad to those customers to say, do you know a friend, recommend a friend, and they will receive whatever that discount would be to entice them to sign up for that. Again, it's another way, and you can do all that within Facebook from the information you collate from the ads and from past customers. Now, the one thing if you may have noticed on this ad is rather than saying book now, it says send message. Now, the reason why I have done that is, again, from experience, from the knowledge we have generated here within my own agency, and just from information on the whole from companies like Facebook, is users hate leaving the environments that they're in. They love staying within the app they are in, for the most part. So if someone wants to buy something on Facebook or send or visit something on Facebook, yes, the first ad was to allow them to visit a website. That's not too bad as long as it clearly states you're going to go off to visit on that website. But because this is a purchase decision, there's a bit more weight to it. So by asking the person to message your company instead of going off to your website, we have actually seen this can increase your booking rates or your lead rates, because people can then just message in-app saying, I'm interested in this product, I would love to book up this product, and then you would start up a conversation with that customer directly within Facebook. Now, that does mean that you have to manage a Facebook Messenger to allow you to then create that booking. But again, it adds more of a personal touch. It humanizes the brand even more. And again, people who use Facebook do not tend to like to leave that app and like to stay within the environment. But that's not to say you can't basically run this ad twice. One to say send message, and try another ad, the same ad, but make it book now, and that ad would actually take you off to your website to book on your website. Try both options and see which one works best for you. There is no right and wrong. Some audiences prefer to book online, some will prefer to send messages. You might find that it's a 50-50 split, and if it is, run both. So play about with the ads, but I would say normally a send message ad works better. But again, play with the ads and see what will work best for your own business. Again, the budget for that, $10 to $20 a day. If you're finding it successful, increase the budget until you get to a level where you're comfortable with. But I would suggest starting with those sort of budgets. So to give you a brief overview and to sort of come to a conclusion of the ads I would suggest running. So the first one you would run is a brand awareness ad. Again, this is to raise awareness in your brand and to drive traffic to your website. You would then run a free value ad. This would take users to in fact, again, you can run two ads for this one as well. You can run an ad which directs people to your website to download a newsletter, or a landing page to download a newsletter to gain access to this guide. But you can also do that in Facebook as well. So Facebook allows you to create ads with forms. So people can then just fill in the information directly in the form and submit it again within Facebook, so people do not have to leave Facebook. There is tools out there, one called Zapier, which you can use. So when someone enters a form in Facebook, that will automatically send that customer to your MailChimp account or other emailing platforms. So you can automate that process as well, even though that you may use a Facebook form. And that still allows you to catch those details. Those details will go into your email software, and then they will automatically be sent your email automated stream. So again, you can run a couple of ads to sort of see what uptake you get best on those sort of ones. From the free value ad, you would then run again your trust ad, a 1 to 2 minute video of your tour guide talking about the experience with some testimonials in there if you can as well, of people actually on tour and giving sort of brief examination of what they felt of the experience, if they loved it, etc. And obviously you would use a customer who loved your experience. And then you would ask for the sale, and that's where the sale ad, a cut down version of the video or a new video, no more than 30 seconds, highlighting what they will get on that experience and enticing them to buy that and make a purchase without being overly salesy. Again, still making it conversational. So if you take an ad from each one of those sections, the overall daily budget is no more than $35 to $70 a day, which isn't a lot considering the amount of ads that you're running and the potential reach and the potential marketing list you can build, the website visitors that you can build, and the potential to build up those leads. So that is not a lot of money. For most tour companies, especially small sort of day tour operators, a lot of tours are around $50 a day, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So for the price of a day tour, you could have a daily email stream running, or Facebook ad stream running, and funnel running on a daily basis. To me, it's a no-brainer. And as long as you're targeting it right, it should work wonders for you. And again, if it's successful, increase the budget to capture more. So hopefully that gives you a nice overview of a sort of funnel to run sort of reasonably cheap and budgeted Facebook ads. And that will give you hopefully a sense of what you can do within your own business.
Well, I really do hope you've enjoyed this effective Facebook ad funnel workshop, and I hope it can really drive leads and sales to your business. If you've liked this information and you liked my advice, this as well as a whole host of other information is available in my book, How to Turn Your Online Lookers into Bookers, and you can get that on Amazon or direct from me by clicking the link to the side of this video.